this is actually a really, really cool thing to wake up to. So I'm here with a bit of information for Dragon Ball Legends. Now, look, right? I am so tired. It's no secret that as of right now, I'm not home, right? But I just woke up right now. It's currently 7:03 a.m. as of this recording. And I just saw that 4 hours ago, the official Dragon Ball Legends Twitter accounts tweeted out character buff info. And it's for SHALLOT. So I'm getting really excited because this update should be happening during, I believe, weekly resets. So I'm excited because of the fact that it concerns SHALLOT and it must hint towards something big with the character coming soon. So the tweet itself says, SHALLOT's starter ability is scheduled for a buff soon. Progress through the story and collect Z power for SHALLOT. And then we have the image which shows Sparking SHALLOT. His original starter ability is damage plus 80% and damage guard plus 60%, all uncancelable. And all of those abilities are going past being doubled. That's what's really blowing my mind right now, right? All of these abilities are going past being doubled, right? Actually, like, it's crazy because if I recall correctly, both his damage and his damage guard are being tripled. Let that sink in. They're being tripled on top of this unit having platinum equipment. Do y'all understand how big of a deal that is? Like, we all know how powerful SHALLOT's platinum equipment was when he got it. He darn near was a tank. Like, you just could not kill the unit, right? Now he's getting all of the damage boosts on top of what his platinum equipment already gives him. That could be terrifying, but it changes from his damage being at 80% and damage guard being 60% to now damage plus 240% and damage guard plus 180%. So again, those stats are being tripled. Then we have key recovery plus 50%, subcounts on switch -1, nullify special cover changes 30 counts. Oh god. And ally episode game originals damage plus 30%, all uncancelable. So again, his damage and damage guard are being significantly boosted, which is good, which also makes sense because it's SHALLOT, right? Like, he is everybody who plays the game has the character. So there's no real reason to hold back with what he can do because everybody will get the same boost for him across the board, which is good. But the key recovery buff is always going to be a good thing, so that way you can keep your combos going by getting key quickly. But also, and then of course, like, subcounts on switch -1 is nice. So the general subcount amount is usually 10. So for SHALLOT, it's going to be 9, right? So that's good. But nullifying special cover changes for 30 timer counts. Again, I'm assuming that this will probably be at like battle start, because there's no way you take SHALLOT out, right? And then you're bringing him back in after 30 timer counts, and he's nullifying cover change for 30 timer counts again. That would be ridiculous, right? So I'm pretty sure it's just for like battle start. And so from 180 timer counts all the way down to 150 timer counts, he'll be nullifying cover change. But that's still a very, very long time. So that means if you have SHALLOT in and he's comboing, you're not going to be able to interrupt his combo, right? So that's going to be really interesting to see. And again, it's uncancelable. So no matter what, if he goes in like at the beginning of battle or whatever it could be, and he starts a combo on you, you're not going to be able to disrupt it with cover change of any kind. So that's actually very, very powerful. And then the one that intrigues me the most is ally episode game originals damage plus 30%. Now, the reason why this throws me off so much is because with episode game originals, the best character on that tag as of right now is SHALLOT, right? He's currently the best character on that tag because of the fact that game originals doesn't really get buffs like that. They really don't. Like, if we were to look, let's see, we have, I would say the most distinguishable unit apart from SHALLOT on that tag would be tag Goku and Bardock, right? Because remember, that team up never happened, ever. So they count as a Game Originals unit. So there's them, which would be really cool. And we do know that we're getting an LF Zenkai as well. So maybe that LF Zenkai is gonna be Goku and Bardock, which would be really cool because that unit definitely deserves a buff. But it would be cool to see them get something, because at that point, then, you know, like they would be like viable in the meta again, hopefully, but they could also pair themselves alongside SHALLOT. But the problem is, as cool as that would be, you know, to see that unit get a Zenkai, the issue is that there's, on that Game Originals tag, I should say, there would be one character missing, right? And that doesn't make any sense to me, because it's one thing to try to boost Game Originals, it's another thing to not make the tag be viable. So by default, let's say that, I mean, we already know SHALLOT's getting buff, but let's say that tag Goku and Bardock are the ones getting the, you know, the Zenkai, then by default, you would have to use both of them on Saiyan, right? Because it's the only way to make them work since they're all Saiyans. So if they're trying to have a focus be on Game Originals, then apart from like the potential Zenkai being Goku and Bardock, we're gonna have to get another Game Originals unit, right? And I've been saying this for a while. This game has been going on for 8 years. We know, like, this is no secret. We have already had confirmation that the story mode is finally ending soon. So if the story mode is ending, then I would assume that we're finally going to be getting either a Zaha second form, or we're finally going to be getting SHALLOT the fusion of some, you know, in some sort of way, shape, or form. Just at least one of those two, maybe both of them, right? Don't know. But I'm hoping that we're getting something to further justify the Game Originals tag, because apart from getting new units like second form Zaha and SHALLOT the fusion with the E, then it would be, we'd have to, well, there's also the potential chance of us getting a new Giblet as well, right? The one with Super Saiyan God and the Dark E. But apart from all of that, like, we'd have to buff, you know, the Dark type Giblets. We'd have to buff the blue Zaha. What else? We also have Saiyan and Red. And those are the only Game Originals characters, like from Legends anyway, that are in the game. And they are old. Very, very old. Not to mention that since the units are also old, we're gonna need new equipment for them too. So there's a lot that goes into like the speculation of what we can expect just from this. Oh, and also on top of all that, you know, they advertise progress through the story and collect Z power for SHALLOT. I need them to finally allow us to 14-star SHALLOT. Because if this is what we're getting, and this is what really scares me, if this is what we're getting for the current stats of SHALLOT without him being at 14 stars, then imagine the devastating damage that this unit could deal while being at 14 stars. That would be scary, right? Because remember, they tuned SHALLOT, well, at the time when he got like Super Saiyan Blue and all that stuff, and also like when he got his Platinum equipment, they attuned that damage and strength to the current state of the meta at the time. And the max amount of stars that SHALLOT was at the time was 8. And it still is 8 stars to this very moment. So if he's doing that type of damage at 8 stars, then at 14 stars, I expect this unit to be hitting like a nuke. So I am very, very like interested to see like how all this is gonna play out. But I'm also hoping that this will finally allow us to get SHALLOT to, 1, get to 14 stars, and 2, allow us to get more Game Originals units outside of the story mode. So that way we can use them in whatever we want, events, PvP, you name it. But this is an overall good thing. So far, the 8th anniversary has been very, very good, right? We got like great units. We've had events to be able to like, you know, keep our crystals up. Again, me personally, I've already farmed 11,000 crystals completely free to play. So I'm very content with part 1. So I'm not sure if all this is still counting towards part 1, but I can at least confidently say that this is a very, very good thing. And I'm excited to see how all this is actually going to pan out once it releases. Apparently on, it said the 10th, I believe. So again, very excited to see how all this is going to pan out. But I do want to know what you guys think about all of this in the comment section below. But with that being said, I'm Ndukauba. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.